Welcome back to the channel, Sparkles. Today, we're going to explore some of the most valuable 1-cent wheat penny coins from the United States of America. These coins are not just everyday cents. They hold rare errors, unique conditions, copper variations, and even different color shades that make them stand out as major players in the coin collecting and investor world. The wheat penny, minted from 1909 to 1958, is one of the most beloved coins in American history. While many are common, there are a select few that have become true treasures of history, and some are worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. These rare coins are not only a piece of U.S. history, but also among the most valuable collectibles that coin enthusiasts are always hunting for. So if you are a coin enthusiast or someone who appreciates the beauty and significance of American currency, this video is definitely for you. Backhand index pointing right. Let's get started with coin number 1. The year 1942 remains one of the most fascinating chapters in the history of the United States 1-cent wheat penny, especially those struck without any mint mark and composed of pure copper. When you hold such a coin in your hand, you're not just touching a small piece of metal. You are touching a piece of history that was born in the middle of World War II, when America's industrial might was being pushed to its limits. These coins carry far more than their face value. They carry stories of an era, the power of survival, and a reminder how something seemingly ordinary can transform into something unimaginably valuable in the modern market. The 1942 wheat penny with no mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, the oldest mint in America. At that time, coins were primarily made from copper, a metal that became increasingly critical for ammunition and wartime equipment. Because of this, even a single 1942 penny represents a fascinating balancing act between necessity and tradition. For collectors today, it symbolizes not just a financial opportunity, but also a tangible connection to a nation preparing for the greatest conflict of the century. Owning one is like owning a key that unlocks the hidden corridors of history. What makes the 1942 no mint mark wheat penny truly extraordinary is not merely its age or composition, but the way its story has evolved with time. In today's numismatic market, demand often exceeds supply, especially for coins that survived untouched by circulation. Imagine a coin struck for just a single cent, yet today whispered about in the world of collectors as being worth millions in the right condition. It almost sounds mythical, but it is the power of rarity, demand, and historical allure all rolled into one that makes such values possible. Collectors across the globe chase after 1942 copper wheat pennies because they symbolize something greater than money. They represent endurance through hardship and the beauty of American coinage design. The iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, paired with the twin wheat stalks on the reverse, creates a timeless and deeply patriotic piece of art. These elements elevate the coin from being mere currency to being an artifact of both artistry and national pride. Even those who are not coin enthusiasts can feel the gravitas of history when they look at it. Another layer of mystery surrounds this coin, the minting process of the time. Unlike today's precision-driven technology, coins striking in 1942 had slight inconsistencies, meaning variations, errors, and subtle differences exist. Some of these coins emerge with doubled dies, misaligned strikes, or unusual finishes, and it is those tiny details that can make a coin astronomically valuable. For collectors, it becomes a treasure hunt. The possibility that a penny tucked away in an old jar or passed down through family generations could be the key to unimaginable wealth. In fact, the very idea that such a coin can transform your financial destiny overnight is what gives it such magnetic appeal. A penny that was worth just 1 cent in 1942 can now be auctioned for amounts that rival luxury cars, mansions, or even entire states. The jump from 1 cent to millions is not just a number. It is the ultimate underdog story, a reminder that greatness often hides in the humblest of places. Imagine walking into an auction room with such a coin, knowing the eyes of millionaires and billionaires are fixed upon what you hold. What makes the 1942 wheat penny even more legendary is that most people overlook it. To the untrained eye, it looks like any other old penny, its brown copper surface worn down by time. But to those who understand its significance, it becomes a golden ticket. This dual identity, ordinary yet extraordinary, is what makes it one of the most enchanting coins in history. It is like a hidden gem lying in plain sight, waiting for the right hands to recognize its brilliance. Every coin tells a story, but the 1942 copper wheat penny with no mint mark tells a saga of resilience, scarcity, and destiny. When America faced resource shortages and wartime struggles, it continued to strike coins that are now treasures beyond comprehension. This is why collectors hold them in almost reverent esteem, not just as assets, but as relics of a time when every detail mattered and every resource counted. For those lucky enough to find one, the temptation to sell quickly at a modest sum is strong. Yet the wise know better. This coin's power lies in patience. Its value has already multiplied countless times since its creation, and as time pushes it further into the realm of legend, the demand will only grow stronger. A coin like this is not just a financial instrument. It is a long-term legacy, capable of changing not just your fortune, but also the story of your family for generations. The dream of becoming an overnight billionaire may sound fanciful, but when it comes to coins like the 1942 wheat penny, it is a possibility rooted in reality. History has proven time and again that rare coins, when revealed at the right moment, can fetch unimaginable sums. In this way, the penny becomes more than just money. It becomes a bridge between your present and an entirely different future, a future shaped by the silent power of history. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, thrives on stories like this. A single coin ignites passion, competition, and ambition among collectors, investors, and historians alike. It is a combination of history, rarity, and desire that fuels this fascination, and the 1942 wheat penny no mint mark is a perfect embodiment of this formula. Each time it changes hands, it writes a new chapter in its long and astonishing journey. So, if you ever stumble upon a 1942 copper wheat penny with no mint mark, remember this. You are holding more than just a piece of metal. You are holding a piece of America's heart, a relic of a time of sacrifice, and a key that could unlock fortunes beyond your wildest imagination. To sell it cheaply would be to ignore its true destiny, for within that small circle of copper lies the very power to alter your life forever. Next up, the 1944 no mint mark wheat penny made of copper is one of those rare coins in American history that carries with it an almost mythical aura. To most people, a penny seems like the smallest, least valuable unit of currency. Yet in the world of collectors and numismatics, a single cent can hold unimaginable power. The 1944 copper penny, struck without a mint mark, is often whispered about as one of those coins that could transform an ordinary life into one of great fortune overnight. Its rarity, its story, and its allure make it far more than just a piece of metal. It is a fragment of history, a symbol of chance, and a doorway to immense wealth if the right one happened to fall into your hands. When we speak of this 1944 copper penny, we are speaking of a time when the world was embroiled in World War II. Resources like copper were precious, needed for the war effort to build weapons, machinery, and supplies. During this period, the U.S. Mint shifted from copper to steel in 1943 for penny production, making steel cents with a zinc coating. By 1944, however, copper returned to circulation, but the transitional errors of the minting process created coins that should never have existed. A small number of rare varieties slipped through the cracks, particularly those bearing no mint mark, signifying they were struck at the main Philadelphia Mint. These mistakes, invisible to most at the time, would go on to become treasures decades later. The copper 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark is extraordinary because collectors know how few exist in pristine, original condition. While millions of pennies were struck that year, only an exceedingly small percentage display the qualities collectors seek. Flawless surfaces, sharp details, and the unmistakable traits of a copper alloy from that wartime period. This is not a coin you are likely to stumble across in ordinary pocket change today, but the dream of finding one continues to ignite passion among coin hunters and casual collectors alike. What makes this coin even more tantalizing is the aura of secrecy and luck that surrounds it. Some people discover these coins tucked away in jars, coffee cans, or forgotten boxes of old change passed down through generations. Stories of ordinary citizens uncovering one of these pennies and suddenly finding themselves in possession of a coin worth a fortune are the kinds of tales that fuel legends. The coin is not just valuable because of its rarity. It is valuable because it carries a piece of history, a tangible connection to a world at war, and a mystery of how such anomalies managed to endure unnoticed for so long. In the numismatic market, the 1944 copper wheat penny without a mint mark can command staggering sums, often reaching to hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on condition, demand, and historical context. To a collector, it is not just a penny. It is a crown jewel. The bidding wars that erupt over such coins and auctions reveal just how much prestige is tied to ownership. Wealthy collectors and investors see these coins as more than hobbies. They see them as assets, as rare artifacts whose value will only increase with time. Imagine, then, the life-changing impact of such a discovery. A coin most would dismiss as a mere cent could carry within it the potential to erase debts, purchase homes, or create generational wealth. It is this transformative power that makes the 1944 copper penny one of the most captivating coins in American numismatic history. The thought that an everyday object could hold such value strikes at the heart of human imagination. Yet its appeal does not lie in money alone. It lies in the story, in the history etched into its surface. On the front, Abraham Lincoln's familiar profile reminds us of endurance and resilience. On the back, the wheat stalks are symbols of America's growth and strength in times of hardship. The coin's imagery, coupled with its accidental rarity, makes it feel like a talisman from the past, a message from history to the present. Every scratch, every preserved detail, whispers of the hands it passed through before being tucked away. The absence of a mint mark itself adds an extra layer of mystery. Coins minted in Philadelphia often bore no mint mark at all, distinguishing them from those struck in Denver or San Francisco. But when paired with the copper anomaly of the 1944 penny, this detail takes on an almost mystical quality. It makes the coin feel like a phantom, something both ordinary and extraordinary at once. Collectors often speak of the emotional pull these coins have. Owning one is like owning a secret piece of the country's history. It is not just about filling a spot in a coin album. It is about holding something that few others in the world will ever possess. This sense of exclusivity and the thrill of the hunt is what drives people to search tirelessly for coins like the 1944 copper wheat penny with no mint mark. The market for such coins is only growing stronger. As time passes, the availability of high-quality examples dwindles. Coins get lost, damaged, or tucked deeper into forgotten collections. The rarity increases, the demand grows, and with it, so does the value. That is why many believe this penny holds the power to change fortunes overnight. It is not just about today's worth, but tomorrow's promise. Ultimately, the 1944 copper wheat penny, without a mint mark, stands as a reminder that even the smallest things can hold immeasurable worth. It teaches us that history, chance, and perseverance can come together in surprising ways. For those who possess it, the coin is more than collectible. It is a ticket to unimaginable fortune and a permanent place in the story of American money. So if you should ever come across one of these elusive treasures, do not be quick to dismiss it. Do not let it slip through your fingers for a trivial amount. This coin is proof that fortune can appear in the most unexpected forms, that destiny sometimes hides in plain sight, waiting for the right person to uncover it. And for that reason, the 1944 copper wheat penny with no mint mark remains one of the most valuable, most expensive, and most captivating coins in all of American history.